Good morning. Thank you for starting your day with Good Day Charlotte.
Coming up, we have some young artists with us this morning, and we will tell you all about young Rembrandts and how important it is to young minds to feed their art side as well, especially these two here. They're going to show us what they got when we come back. Well, did you know the arts have the greatest impact on any subject on standardized test scores? Scores for students who studied the arts for 4 years were actually 103 points higher than students with no experience in the arts. Co-owner of Young Rembrandts, Mary Jo Moore, with us this morning, along with Zoe Starkey, who is 8, and Walker Patel, who is 10, students of Young Rembrandts. And we're talking this morning about why it is so important. You know, when you see programs like this, Mary Jo, being cut from the school sometimes because of budget cuts and things like that, you want to stress that it really is so important for these young minds that they still learn things not only like math and sciences, but art as well. Why is that?
Absolutely. There's so much that a child can learn from art, visual, spatial things, and they learn fine motor skills. And in addition, art and history goes across all cultures, all countries, right? It has no language barrier. And that need for the human spirit to create and create beauty and enjoy beauty is across to all nations, all lands.
It really just awakens a lot inside of our students, right, in terms of exploring creativity and tying everything together, as you were saying. Now, we have some examples here of some of the art that you've done with Young Rembrandts, with your students here. And walk us through sort of where you get started, because a lot of students feel like, you know, if you've never really been taught how to do art, you don't know where to begin. And maybe you think you're bad at it, and all you could use is just a couple little things to get you started, right?
That's absolutely right. One of the sad things about art is we sort of assume kids have it or they don't. And it's just so not true. You would never hand a child a clarinet and say, play, figure it out, and then when they start squeaking, be like, oh, I guess you're not musical. Oh, well. You know, we just don't do that. You teach the notes, you teach how to hold your fingers, and then you progress from there with lots of practice and lots of repetition. And art is the same way. And drawing is one of those areas that's definitely overlooked, and we tend to say, you have it or you don't. But you can break it down into chunks. It's a teachable skill we can walk children through.
And you're doing it in such a logical way here. Now, Walker and Zoe, when I look at your drawings that you've done here already, I would say you both have it already, okay? So you are clearly, you've got some talent here to work with, but there are ways that you've learned to kind of do this so that anybody can sort of jump in and make sense of it. Mary Jo, will you walk us through what you've had them do here a little bit and give us a bit of a lesson?
Sure. So actually, one of the things we try to show is that you can take a very difficult portrait, and you can break it down into bite-sized pieces and then reconstruct it back together again. So we start with guidelines. We always use guidelines, and the shapes that you already know. They know ovals. They can draw ovals. They can draw arches and curved lines, right? So we walk them through, and we talk about placement and where things would go. And all of these guidelines help us get to the product that we ultimately want to have.
What do you think, Zoe? What's your favorite thing to draw?
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish! Is this your jellyfish right here?
Right there.
And they're so beautiful. I love it. What a fun idea with all those colors and things, too. Walker, you are a great portrait artist, it seems like. Do you like to do those? What's the favorite thing that you've drawn? Is one of these yours here? Oh, I see this has your name on it, too, doesn't it? How wonderful. Walker and Zoe, two of these star artists with the Young Rembrandts program. But guess what? You could do this work as well, or maybe a young person in your life could use some of this in their life and make it a part of their after-school activity, or maybe summer camps and things like that. Never too late to start and never too early. Mary Jo Moore, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
Walker
you.
and Zoe, thank you guys, too. Time to get to real school now, huh? Sorry. I know.